Nobody's monitoring it. Nobody's monitoring that either way. If you are shy and you don't want to introduce yourself, that's an option too. This is um this is a space where you're welcome to be you. And I was thinking about it before I came on camera that when I come to Medicine Buddha, I feel like I do when I come in the door to my house. I take my shoes off, I take my bra off, I get comfortable. I and I can be in whatever state I'm in. I can remove the mask or if I've been wearing one out in public. And so we invite you to relax into that energy of being present with the community in all your authenticity. And it's not always pretty or nice or socially appropriate because that's not the kind of community we are. We support authenticity and liberation. So be free here to the extent that you're comfortable, and if you keep coming, you'll grow to trust that. Just as those of us who've been hanging around a lot more than a couple of years, like Eric said, I think it's getting close to 5. So, welcome everyone, and this is a place where we practice to support the liberation of all beings. And in order to do that, we have to support our own liberation. So part of the practice is being as free as you can be in this space. And although it's my face on the screen and my voice you hear, when I think of community-led medicine Buddha, I really think of the community creating this space together. So we're co-creating the experience here. And I would invite you to set the intention that you will get whatever you need from Medicine Buddha during this practice this evening. And that is my intention, that I get what I need and that I create an opportunity for you to receive what it is that you need. So take a deep breath if you haven't already and let it out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your face relax. We hold a lot of tension in our jaws, and I'm talking, so I'm going to have some jaw tension, but as much as possible, just let consciously breathe in and on the out breath, just let your face relax. And symbolically, let down all the masks that you've been wearing. Now, wearing masks is not a bad thing. We need them. We need the protection. We need the shorthand. You can't go out into the world all vulnerable and open and showing your whole self in every situation. And so we wear a mask and choose to share parts of who we are based on the situations, and that's healthy and appropriate. But there needs to be a space where you can let all that go. And I want to offer you the opportunity to make this one of those spaces where you can feel free to be yourself. If you want to scowl at the camera, if you want to turn the camera off, if you want to cry, if you want to laugh, we abstain from any judgment and support that. As a matter of fact, I take it as a compliment when people show me their emotions, because that's such a human to human thing. And that human to human connection is so necessary. A few weeks ago, I came across some advice for these times, and all of you are familiar or too familiar with the events of these times that I'm referring to. So, but the advice was do these things every day and or do these things in order. And you won't get through the whole list every day, but always start at the top. Take care of yourself is number one. Number two, take care of your family and friends. Number three, take care of your community. And number four, overthrow fascism. And and I didn't know who said that, but I came across just yesterday a video of W. Camus Bell teaching that, giving that teaching or speaking on that. It might have even been, his idea of comedy, because so much of truth is cloaked in comedy in our culture. But so I'm able to credit him now, so I'm able to share it, because I hate sharing people's work uncredited. But his point was, if all you can do today is take care of yourself, do that. And it was so congruent with what Lama Rod says about give from your overflow. Don't give from your depletion, because when you do, you create karma for yourself and other people that has to be worked off. You create work for other people when you give out of depletion. So always, 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 we must fill ourselves up first. Um, Drink as you pour, and drink until you're full. So we're going to practice that today. We're going to receive and receive until we can have enough to overflow into our family, friends, community, and our work in overthrowing fascism. And God bless those of you who have the resources to fight to overthrow fascism on the regular, because I know there are some of you on this call, and I'm not going to, well, I lied. I am going to name Karen for one. And so, but if the work that you're doing is self-care, there is no shame in that. That is a necessary thing. If you don't do that work, then someone has to care for you. And so everything you do to fill yourself up is a service to the world, and it's a service to those who love you and who you love. So never ever feel any kind of negative way if what you're doing is taking care of yourself. And that's not a message that I got in my culture growing up. I was taught to put other people first. As a Black woman in the South, I was supposed to take care of everybody else. There was never any um, admonition to take care of myself. It was what you could do for your family, what you could do for your church when you were grown, what you could do for your husband, what you could do for your children. But as a little Black Southern girl, I was raised to take care of other people. And I've had to do some work on myself to get to the point where I can put myself first. And I still have a little, twinge in saying that publicly and thinking that publicly, because we've been taught to put others first. And some of that for Black people goes back to colonization, that we were taught that we didn't deserve anything and that our reason for being was service to others. So if you still have any of that, shake it off, let it go, and start that work tonight of putting yourself first. The we're only going to be together about an hour tonight, so I want to move into practice. And I want to move into practice gently. And I plan to do everything with ease tonight. And so as we move into practice, just notice what's going on in your body and ask your body what position it wants to be in. and just settle into whatever that is. Ask it, what's the most nurturing thing I can do for you right now? Excuse me. And then listen, for what that answer is. And that's a practice that you can engage in multiple times a day, wherever you are. Just check in with your body and ask, what is the most nurturing thing I can do for you right now? And sometimes that's take a deep breath. And sometimes that's take a sip of orange juice. So just settling into your body, noticing where your body contacts the earth, whether you're lying in a bed, sitting on a chair, if your feet are on the floor or or not. Just notice those contact points with the earth and feel the earth holding you. One of the miracles of life on earth is that the earth is always holding us. There's no way you can fly off the earth. Uh, and that support is um, a form of love energy to me. It's the earth loving us, just as the earth provides all the things necessary for life: the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. And so let's just give a breath of gratitude to the earth for all that she provides for us. And next, I'm going to ask you to set an intention for the evening. We always set the intention to support liberation and to support the liberation of all beings. But we can have, that's a big intention. And right now, if you have a need that it's almost can be a prayer request, whatever the intention is to have that need met now. If you need permission to rest, may you get that permission here. If you need a new perspective on a situation that's frustrating you, just set an intention that as we practice, that you will see that situation in a different light. If you have responsibilities and your energy has been waning, you can set an intention that you will find the resolution for that, whether it be finding additional support or receiving more energy. But set an intention that the the resolution you find will be in the interest of all involved. So we're going to take a couple um, of breaths together, and then if um, Karen or Eric, if you'll put the first mantra in the chat, we'll do our opening mantra together. But first, we're going to breathe together, just 3 deep breaths in and out, being present in our bodies and touching the earth. So in and out. And you're welcome to do this at your own pace. You don't have to breathe precisely with me to be breathing with me. In and out. And lastly, in. And make sure you're letting your shoulders drop and your face relax out. And you'll find in the chat our first mantra, Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. And the translation that Lama Rod gave us is Medicine Buddha. I pray that you know and look upon me now. And I remember from one of my early Medicine Buddha programs when Lama Rod was explaining this mantra. He said it's like a kid pulling on your mother's dress or slacks or a shirt tail saying, "Pay attention to me." And we come to Medicine Buddha, however you understand Medicine Buddha, and it doesn't have to be the classic blue Buddha that Tibetan Buddhism presents as Medicine Buddha. Medicine Buddha is that part of spirit that wants to heal us and wants us to be whole and is always present for our request for wholeness and healing. So, whatever healing you need, spiritual healing, mental healing, physical healing, relational healing, Medicine Buddha has the medicine for that. So let us start with an Om, and then we'll move into the mantra. So one long Om. Om. Sangye Kino Soha. Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. 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 Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. And as we chant the mantra, feel the vibration of that through your body. Whether you're doing it silently to yourself or out loud in whatever space you're in, you can participate in whatever way. But this mantra has tons of power because our Sangha has been chanting it for approximately 5 years every week. And that's not counting the practice times between that many of us in the Sangha practice on our own with the same mantra. And there are other students of Lama Rod and other people throughout the world chanting this mantra and Medicine Buddha responding to and vibrating with the energy of that mantra. And one thing we know is that vibration is energy, and we are all energy. Everything is made up of energy. So that mantra communicates across the multiverse, across the spirit, into the spirit realm, in the physical realm. That energy flows out in all directions, and it opens portals for us to receive. So as we move into the main mantra, let's move into it with the intention that that vibration works in us to meet the intentions that we set, including the intention to be free and that all beings be liberated. This mantra translates as like this: I pray for the end of pain and suffering and the root of pain and suffering. And I release the energy of this prayer out to all the worlds so that we all may be liberated. And as you can tell, my voice is dying on me. So we're going to chant the mantra several times and then sit in silence for a few minutes with the vibration of that mantra and just let it absorb into us. And if you want to continue chanting the mantra out loud, that is available to you also. And I'm going to pick up and chant the mantra 3 times again before we go into prayer request. So we'll do the mantra a few times together, have some silent, vibratory energy exchange, and chant the mantra again. And we'll start with an Om. Om. Teata Om Bekanze Ma Ha Bekanze Rasa Sumagata Soha Om Teata Om Bekanze Ma Bekanze Rasa Sumagata Soha Om Teata Om Bekanze Ma Bekanze Rasa Sumagata Soha 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 Teata hom bekanze ma bekanze razusumagata soha. Teata hom bekanze ma bekanze razusumagata soha. Teata hom bekanze ma bekanze razusumagata soha. Teata bekanze ma bekanze razusumagata soha. Teata bekanze ma bekanze razusumagata soha. Teata bekanze ma bekanze razusumagata soha. And let us go to the prayer doc. And I'm going to start at the top reading the prayers. If you have prayers you want to add, um, you can still add them at the bottom, and I'll do the best to include all um, that you add. Prayers for all who are experiencing terror and fear, hunger and sleeplessness, and for those who are troubled with anxiety. Prayers for all of us whose presence in this moment in time require incredible amounts of compassion and bravery. Prayers for homeless people in this heat and for people who make policy that they have mercy on those who suffer from policy violence. Prayers for MD as they recover, for Leah as she faces important decisions, and for Kim as she grieves. Prayers for those with hate in their hearts that they may learn compassion. Prayers for all those trying to walk the path in a good way. Prayers for Plumi, Denoy, Kamoy, CJ, Shavano, that they immediately have their resources needed to be reunited permanently, and the healing of the trauma of their separation is supported and facilitated. Prayers for Julie and Amiel, for ancestors to hold them in love as they continue healing. Prayers for my mom and siblings, that they have what they need. Prayers for my financial health and abundance, for immediate clearing of debt that allows me to save. Prayers for me sitting into the challenge I face, listen, surrender, and seek an opening for what needs to be birthed. Prayers for M, for transformation of patriarchal conditioning into tenderness and authenticity. Prayers for my continued transformation, that it continues to contain some sweetness. Prayers for D, for support and clarity. Prayers for liberation from the ghost of the past. Prayers for all those experiencing fear, loneliness, anxiety, isolation, that they feel the love of the earth and all more than human beings holding them. Prayers for Deanna, who is nearing her end time. May her struggles with anger be released, and may she be connected and transition in love and light. Prayers for Anna and Christina, both on the journey of metastatic cancers. Prayers for S and his family and loved ones after his terrible accidental death this month. Prayers for my sweet, sensitive husband who embodies such gentle compassion and finds it so challenging to be in this realm. Prayers for Kay, who is facing an aggressive cancer diagnosis, and C, who is facing breast cancer with a child on the way. Prayers of gratitude for my coworkers for supporting each other and accommodating our access needs and wholeness as people so we can support the communities we serve. Prayers for this Sangha for existing and flourishing. May each of you and all beings be blessed, protected, and completely liberated. Prayers for friends A and JP, who are both in the hospital. May A have a smooth recovery from the surgeries and get effective cancer treatment. May JP get good care and community support and hopefully not have cancer. Prayers for the Sangha, which offers needed refuge to me and so many. Prayers for myself as I recover from chronic illnesses. Prayers for all beings dealing with genocide, war, fascism, systemic violence and oppression, rage, grief, loneliness, and heartbreak. Prayers for more hope and healing for all who are needing it right now. Prayers that the truth reveal itself within my family. Prayers for the healing of my heart and the heart of my family. Prayers for my heart to soften. I am mad today. Prayers for MM, BB, KB, JS, JRS, and JHD, and so many neurodivergent young people navigating how to move into and through this world as it is today. Prayers for the end of all systems of oppression. Prayers for the transistors. Prayers that I am not overwhelmed by the combination of my personal health and energy issues with the nightmare going on in this country and all over the world. Prayers for inner peace and outer peace. Prayers to be at peace either alone or with others, and always to find the things that are stabilizing and helpful for myself and others that I support. Prayers for my mom's health and healing. Prayers for M and R to experience healing and freedom. Prayers that I continue to have the strength and courage to awaken for the benefit of all sentient beings. Prayers of protection for Luke, the dog outside next door. This week, the temperature will be over 100. Please offer him respite from the heat. Thank you. Prayers for the world, everyone's hearts and minds filling with peace, loving kindness, patience, and tolerance. Prayers for all who are suffering, sick, or lonely. May all beings in all realms feel cared for, loved, and supported. May all beings have food, clean water, clothing, and housing. May my immediate family, friends, and teachers have perfect health and long lives. May any obstacles be immediately removed. May I too have good health and continue finding meaning in life to benefit my son and all others. Prayers that Bren gets work where they are underworked and overpaid. Prayers that Kaylee lives a long and healthy life. Prayers that all of us divest from the karmic energies that make up capitalism. Prayers for our full freedom and full freedom for all of our loved ones as soon as possible. Prayers for Zoran Mamdani, this New York City mayoral race, and for the voters in the heat. Prayers that I may complete this move and transition well and start a new chapter in greater love, clarity, and power. Prayers that we all may access the softness, bravery, strength, and love that we need to live through this moment the best we can. Prayers that I'll be able to get into safe and stable housing within the next few months. Prayers for the liberation and healing of all beings. Prayers for the freedom of those that we consider on the other side of whatever issues we're on. Prayers for our own compassion and open-heartedness. Prayers that we understand that until everyone is free, truly none of us are free. Prayers that we ease up on our self-judgment, self-criticism, and shaming and blaming. Prayers that we allow ourselves to feel joy and lightness despite the difficult situations in the world around us, sometimes even in our homes, in our communities, in our relationships. And we'll return to the mantra. Om te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze ma be kanze raza sumagata soha. Te ata om be kanze Mabe kanze raza sumakata soha. I had a new energetic experience after the prayers when I went back to the mantra just now. It seemed to be a mantra of gratitude, and I felt a lightness as if I had placed all these prayers in the hands of Medicine Buddha, and it was no longer like heaviness weighing on me. So I pray that experience for all of you because I feel so light right now. And we're going to move into Shanti Diva's prayer. And in the spirit of Community Medicine Buddha, I'm going to read the third time. But do I have a couple of volunteers to read Shanti Diva's prayer? You can raise your hand or just come off mute and start reading.
I'll do it. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space.
And Paul, go ahead, come off mute.
Thank you kindly. I'd be most honored, Miss Sharon. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader to those who journey, a boat, a bridge, a passage for all those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed, just like space and the great elements such as earth. And may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I be a source of life to all the all the varied beings that reach unto the ends of space. Pretty close, I think.
Perfect. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach unto the ends of space. And I don't know if any of you noticed, but I love this poem so much that I couldn't really not read it. So I muted myself and read along with the first two readers. And that is me showing up authentically me. And we have 5 minutes left on our time. If anyone has words that they would like to speak into this space, and this is not a request for compliments, as sometimes happen. This is your opportunity to speak, to put your verbal energy into the creation of this medicine Buddha experience that we are co-creating this evening. So just raise your hand and we'll be able to do it in an orderly manner. Kaylee, come off mute and go ahead.
Hey everyone, I've been attending on and off for a couple of years now, and I just wanted to say hi. I've never really introduced myself. I'm Kale. I use all the pronouns, and I wanted to say And no worries, you know. On Zoom, we just do the best we can, right? We see a name and we just say it out loud. So please, no worries, Sharon. But I just wanted to express my gratitude for this space. Whether times are really good or really hard, I feel like this space really has held me, which I never expected. And I think it's just a beautiful surprise. And I just wanted to finally take an opportunity to express that gratitude to you all, to everyone who comes every week, to everyone who comes whenever they can, just like me. Just what an honor to be here, and just thank you very much.
Well, thank you. This space belongs to us all, Kali, and thank you for your generosity in my, Southern pronunciation of your name. Anyone else? Marlena.
Hi, Miss Sharon. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody. So, I, on the solstice and Juneteenth this year, had the opportunity to attend a writing workshop with Dr. Alexis Pauline Gumbs, who is a Black feminist scholar, a Black queer feminist scholar. And it was on the work of Audre Lorde's poetry that she wrote as a young teenager. And the theme was Wild Hope, which is part of a line of one of Audre Lorde's poems that she wrote at that time. And from the workshop, I wrote a poem that I wanted to share with all of y'all that was inspired during that time. So thanks for giving the opportunity to share. Oh, and the line from the poem that it's inspired by is I have heard in whispers talk of life beyond the stars. Also, sometimes life on other stars. So there's some variations in there. But I have heard in whispers talk of healing the whole world. I have heard in whispers the awakening of all beings. I have heard in whispers laughter of children in the future, saying, you should know, yes, the rivers still flow. Yes, it was all worth it. Yes, thank you for your work. I have heard in whispers talk of love with no bounds, worlds with no borders, full of joyful sounds. Yes, I have heard in whispers talk of wild hope, alive as fragrant vines of jasmine gently climbing the buildings in a free Palestine from the river to the sea. Yes, I have heard in whispers the supportive voices of ancestors undrowned. I have heard them saying, move and dance, and freedom shall be found and resound beyond and way deep down. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
The past,
I'm gonna take so much credit for my bright idea to invite people to speak because would have missed such a blessing.
thank you so much. I just wanted to say I missed the last couple of weeks live, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this so bad. I really am like my spirit is filled by being here. So I appreciate it and felt it across like time. I was on a plane, so I couldn't join, and I was like, Medicine Buddha is happening right now. I just feel it. So anyway, just thank you again.
Well, thank you because this truly is, a co-created space. And I feel the same way you do. Such a blessing to be a part. It's 8 o'clock, but I don't want to cut off anybody who wanted to speak. So we'll, have the Southern AME, you know, speak now or forever hold your peace from the wedding ceremony. So going once, going twice. Thank you all for being here. And thank you, Karen and Eric, for your work and always holding down the tech hosting for this space. And I do want to shout out to Randa. So good to see you here. Mwah. And if I start shouting out to people I know, we could be here for a long and boring time. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you. Eric, do you have more? Or
Yeah,
Karen?